Okay, everybody, welcome to a very special video that I totally didn't just decide to make at the last second. um, this is the return of the Kazamatsuri Monthly Terra, and it's going to be a bit different from anything we've ever done before. I think a lot of you guys tuning in probably don't know what the Monthly Terra is, because it was like
Yeah, it's
quite
been a while since
quite
our
a
last
long time
monthly
ago.
Terra.
Like I was looking through the files and like the last monthly Terra had the Charlotte logo, so that gives you a bit of perspective of
Three
like
years ago.
yeah when we were doing it. Um, Basically, the monthly Terra was this thing where we'd like get together and we'd just like talk about the news in Key and like it's kind of just like a fun chill podcast. But we stopped doing it because no one was watching it. But eh,
And he wasn't releasing content
yeah, that
on a
too.
monthly basis.
Yeah, I know there's a few reasons, but I kind of want to bring it back, but a little bit different to what we used to do. This time it's going to be less focused on Key and more focused on the community and just kind of like getting a bunch of people together to talk about their own lives, talk about what's going on in the community, just make it more of a personal experience to kind of like get the community really connected. And anyway, like basically the purpose of this particular monthly Terra is that I want to use this opportunity to introduce you guys to what I'm calling the new beginnings of Kazamatsuri. This is something we've been working on for pretty much the whole year. Um, and now we're finally ready to show it off. It's been a long time coming, but I hope you guys appreciate what we've prepared for you. So just to be clear, everyone in Discord chat, you are currently being recorded and you will be on the video. So like, don't be a shit. If you do, you'll get in trouble.
Hi, mom.
Yeah, and you get in trouble with your mum because she'll definitely be watching this. So yeah, where to start? I feel like we need to start with a bit of an apology because like Kazamatsuri has been dead for the last more than 6 months. I've lost track of how long it's been
Uh,
exactly. Um, and that,
Probably around 8 or 9 months.
it's kind of been an intentional thing. It's kind of been like a response to everything that's happened. Um, I don't want to get too much into it because like this isn't the place for it. But like anyone who was like involved knows what happened, and it's all kind of over now. But like I don't know if I feel like some people are probably going to be really curious and going to be looking up exactly what happened with Kazumatsu. I need to get the details.
No use.
What I'm going to do is
No
like,
use
if you
looking
want
back.
the information, I will link you to a forum post in which I go over my complete response to everything and I give a good summary of the situation. And you can read that. I think that's probably the best way to kind of direct the discourse to people who are curious. But because like we really don't want to like bury it under the rug as like the dark history of Kazamatsuri. Obviously, it's something we don't really want to talk about, but we're trying to move forward as best we can. So I'm just going to leave that there, and you guys can make of it what you will. With all that out of the way, like, basically, I don't know, Kazumatsuri has been kind of a, not so much Kazumatsuri, but like everyone behind it has kind of had their own personal issues to deal with. I myself have been struggling with
Right.
like serious mental health. I've been on record about this on Twitter and shit. Pepe's been like, you've been really busy with your work.
I've, I've gone to 2 different countries in the meantime.
Yeah. Um,
That's been all.
I won't gossip about the others, but everyone's been dealing with that shit. And I've also had a bunch of issues like my back. Recently, I had some really bad lower back pain that basically meant I couldn't sit down at a computer, and so that's pretty.
FP's getting old.
Yeah, but actually, like the good news is I'm actually sitting in my chair now and experiencing no pain, so I am recovering. So that's a good thing. It means I can do more
Ah,
things with the side again. Because yeah, I haven't been able to touch a computer much at all lately. Most of my work has been happening on Discord, and it's been depressing. It's been made me feel a bit hopeless at points. Because
yeah, Discord mobile.
I really
Really.
want Kazamatsuri to move again, but there's been so many roadblocks just keeping it from happening. My back, everyone's personal life, everyone being busy, trying to negotiate between different people. It's been tough. And I don't want to sugarcoat that. But the good news is that we're out of the clear now, and we're finally ready to start making some, big changes to Kazamatsuri. And anybody who has been tuning into the community, like as far down as Dango members, would be aware of some of the changes this is entailing. But we do have some new announcements here today. I'm going to call this the Kaza Direct, where we announce all of our big new projects. So yeah,
Kaza Direct, totally original name.
Yeah, man, this is just me talking. God, I do want to give like a big shout out to Helios Alpha here, who has basically been running the show while I've been away. I've been supervising, I've been overlooking everything, but I just haven't had the energy or the time or the physical health to be able to help out with Kazamatsuri as much as I could. But Helios has been here the whole time, and he's been keeping Kazamatsuri from he's been keeping things running. He's been keeping the blog running. He's been keeping an eye on technical issues. He's been documenting everything and passing it on to me. He's been a total bro, and I am definitely going to compensate him for that work he's been putting in. So, but yeah, thank you, Helios, from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate the work you put in.
His Twitter and Kazamatsuri are my main sources for key news right now. So, big props to you.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Your work hasn't gone unnoticed. But hopefully I can, pick up the slack a bit more now, is the idea. So, new beginnings for Kazamatsuri. I guess the best way to do this would be to show you guys. I've been working for like the last couple of months. We've been working on a video which is meant to introduce people to the new and improved Kazamatsuri. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to link it in this chat here. And for people watching this video on YouTube, I'll chuck it in the video. Let's just take the time to watch this. Welcome to the Kazamatsuri community. We are a community united not only through our shared love of key stories, but also through our shared values and goals, working to promote each other's comfort and well-being, just like a real group of friends. It's something we must all work towards by supporting each other and creating the kind of community we all want to be a part of. However, Kazamatsuri cannot be everything for everyone. All we can do is work to create the kind of community we enjoy being a part of in the hopes that others who share our values will join in as well. So please consider the values we promote and think about whether Kazamatsuri is the kind of place you could see yourself calling home. With that said, here are the core values of our community, the goals we'll be working together to realize.
Mission 1. Be empathetic. Just as Key Story do, our community emphasizes empathy. The people behind the avatars are real. People who may have different backgrounds, have walked different life paths, cherish different ideals, and it is our collective duty to respect all of these things. From not spoiling the stories we love to those who haven't experienced them yet, to respecting everybody's identity, we must strive to be inclusive. If you ever feel hurt or excluded, please do talk about it. We will not let anyone feel silenced. Talk to the person who made the mistake, or to a moderator if you need to. We will always do our best so that Kazamatsuri can feel like home for all of us. In this spirit, mutual support is essential. If you accidentally hurt someone, react with understanding and empathy. Please be willing to adjust to others' needs, and we'll stick with you as long as you do that. All we want is to build a community where everyone is working toward the same goal, creating the most welcoming community for discussing key works.
Mission 2. Strive for quality. The thing about quality is, it puts us all on the same level, pushes us to do better, while also ensuring that our efforts are recognized. What do we say about a minimum of acceptable conduct and effort? It's not enough. We want to enjoy our time in Kazamatsuri to the fullest and be proud of what we do. So let's do our best and strive for greatness together. That doesn't mean you have to be a pro artist or write long essays and discussions. What matters is effort. Express your passion and share your thoughts and feelings to contribute something new. That will inspire other members to do the same. Remember, we're not here to act like we're better than others, but to talk and learn more about the things we love.
Mission 3. Have fun. After all this, we shouldn't forget the reason why we all come here to Kazamatsuri. To have fun. Because if it's not fun, what's the point? Even when things get serious, we mustn't forget our goal is to enjoy what we do, be it through intense discussion, silly activities, or just hanging around the community. But that doesn't mean we should forget the 2 previous missions. After all, How can everyone be having fun if we aren't being mindful of each other? Or if we aren't putting in our utmost effort? As Kyosuke would say, we should treat everything as a mission.
These 3 missions are the foundations of Kazamatsuri. They unite us and define what we stand for. We must work together to find the best way to achieve these missions, because one single person doesn't know what's best for Kazamatsuri. A community does. If you ever feel like the community or staff aren't doing their best in these missions, speak up and let us know what we can do to get Kazamatsuri going in the right direction. Every single member plays a hand in making these missions successful.
There are no hard rules in Kazamatsuri, and all incidents will be handled on a case-by-case basis. So long as all members are willing to adapt and work towards achieving our missions, we will all be able to achieve great things. With all that said, do you think Kazamatsuri is a place you could call home? By choosing to participate in our community, you do so understanding our missions and accepting them. If so, be sure to check out our full code below, as well as our list of discouraged behaviors, and introduce yourself to our community. We look forward to making many good memories with all of you.
So yeah, I learned the magic of avoiding content ID. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video.
That's the most powerful magic ever, Aspi.
What are you saying, Helios?
How did you avoid content ID? Or what?
You basically use small clips and you speed them up.
Oh, so you made a Nightcore video?
No, I kept the music not sped up.
Bonka's gonna have your head.
So yeah, basically, we've been working hard to think up this new code of conduct, and that's in response to many different things. Obviously, like with Kazamatsuri, the last year has been a very trying period for us, in which we were forced to reflect on some of the ways we were letting the community down and like not being the best that we could be. And the answer we reached, I suppose, is that we weren't being clear enough about what we wanted to do. It was kind of just Kazamatsuri existing for the sake of Kazamatsuri without having any sort of unifying goals. And also there was issues of it appearing too oppressive and, too bound by rules and that kind of thing. So this is kind of the response we came up to all of those different concerns. It's that we want to unite the community through a sense of identity and shared goals. Because, like I said at the start, Kazamatsuri can't be everything for everyone, but it can be something. It can be a lot more to the people who do want to invest their time in it. Maybe some people will see this new Kazamatsuri and they'll think, this isn't for me. And I think we need to accept that. I think in the past we're trying way too hard to be the very best, like no one ever was. The number one key community. Get all the key fans.
If you let me chime in on this, I'd like to say something about that, because I used to treat Kazamatsuri as exactly what you said. I wanted it to be the number one community for key discussion. Like if you want to discuss key, then you have to go to Kazamatsuri. And like when we were talking about all this, I'm sure you remember that I was kind of very pushy about wanting it to be like, oh, I don't care how the community members are as long as they bring good discussion to key and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I realized down the line that that's not sustainable. He's not going to be, well, it might be around for a long time, but it's not going to be around forever, and they're not going to be active like every single week, every single month. Like I'm sure everyone knows, after Summer Pocket, they haven't really been doing anything, and everything in the meantime. If we want Kazamatsuri to stay alive, we have to really support the community, not just through key, but through a shared sense of unity, so to speak.
I want Kazamatsuri to become something more than just a place to talk about key. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but I really want to build this sense of family unlike anything else before, because I don't want to treat Kazamatsuri as a business. That's stupid. Caring about like how many people see our shit. Like, obviously, like the more people that see it, the more friends we can make. That's obviously a good thing, but that's not the end goal. You know, I feel like the end goal
Right.
should be the experience, having a great experience on Kazamatsuri. And so that's what we're really trying to focus on now. Yeah.
So to rephrase it, it's not a key community. It's a community for key fans. essentially.
It's a community of key fans, but
Key fans. There we go.
yeah, because moving forward, I don't think you need to be a key fan to be a member of Kazamatsuri. You know, I'd much rather you just be a
Yeah.
good person. You know, that's what I care about the most. You know, just having this family of like really chill people and just hanging out, having fun. Because, you know, not to be negative, but I am going to be negative. The internet's kind of shit, especially these days in 2018.
Yeah.
You know, it's just getting
Yeah.
worse and worse, and just filled with all these really, you know, dangerous ideas and really toxic attitudes.
Yeah.
You can go to any Discord, it's
Right.
just kind of like they all have this sense of no one cares and everyone's just trying to look to get the most laughs. And it's just very Darwinian almost, where the loudest people will win every time. You know, they dominate the discourse. And I don't want Kazamatsuri to be that. I want it to be a place where, you know, ideas are judged on their merit, not by how loud the person speaking is. I don't know. It's a lot to get into about this, but you know, it's just some of the thoughts I've been having.
While I haven't been on Kaza, it hasn't been just Discord that I've been involved in. I've been looking a lot into places like LinkedIn and open source communities. Wow, very professional. Okay. Anyway, and
You're the
this sort of
businessman. You're
attitude-
businessman Pepe.
Ugh. It's not the life that I chose. It's the life that I ended up in. Anyway, and like the open source community, for example, is very similar to any internet community. Really, just how you said, it's Darwinian. The loudest voices have the power, and people who like the people who have been there the longest, who have without a better way to word it, the people who have more epeen have more control.
Yeah, yeah.
So and that just really puts me off, you know. Like, not-
I think that
just having
turns a lot of
multiple
people off, especially
Yeah.
people that are more soft-spoken or like more belonging to a minority. You know, these people like really
Yeah.
feel alienated in communities, and so I really, you know, it's a big thing we've kind of been talking about, you and me, Pepe, is that we're not doing Kazamatsuri as like a charity. We're doing it because we want to feel good, you know? We're not just putting out a product. We are creating something that we enjoy creating in the hopes that other people who enjoy it, you know, come along as well. And part of what I derive satisfaction from in a community is giving voices to people who may struggle to find a voice. I want to make sure that, you know, those people feel included, you know, and then, you know, taking extra steps to make sure, you know, queer people in particular feel more included on Kazamatsuri, because this does, with any internet community, you're going to get, you know, cisgender males dominating most of the discourse because of that law, that Darwinian law. And I want to make sure that isn't always the case for Kazamatsuri. I want to make it more equalized, so to speak. It's a lot to talk about in this, and you know, but I hope that people,
maybe not the right place, but I hope people understand what you mean.
you know, I just wanted to kind of get into a little bit, kind of the thoughts that we've been going through over the last year in creating this. You know, this was the community I chose to
Right.
support after I was running 2 communities and I had to let one of them go because my mental health was taking a fucking nosedive. This is the community I chose to stick with. You know, I see a lot of potential in this community. I see a lot of really good people, a lot of really good vibes, and I want to cultivate that more, make it even better, make it more welcoming, make it more friendly, make it more fun. And so, you know, these are the 3 goals we've come up with. Be empathetic, strive for quality, and have fun. You know, those are the 3 that we keep coming back to, because empathy is everywhere. You know, how you treat people, treat them with respect, you know, try to put yourself in their shoes, give them the benefit of the doubt, just treat them like human beings, all that kind of stuff. Strive for quality, because we don't want to be, you know, just a shitty dumping ground for memes. We want to we want to put effort into what we're doing. It doesn't mean like, this goes into the third mission, have fun. It doesn't mean we're not trying to have fun. It's just we want to be proud of what we've done here. We want to create something that we can really be proud of. And even the memes, even the memes, we should be proud of our memes. Put effort into your memes,
There
guys.
you go.
I don't know if he wants me name dropping him, but a certain someone, that I always go to does these really good posts where he's like on the forum, he's always like yelling and doing in all caps. And like sometimes his posts are a bit incoherent. They're not like eloquent essays. He's at least the least academic person. But his posts are like the best on the freaking forum because he's so passionate and he always gets in there and, quality isn't always about being academic. It's not always about writing huge essays. It's just about trying your best. It's about putting in an effort. This is really important. That's really something I really want to hammer in moving forward because so many people on the Kazamatsuri forums try so hard to write those really academic essays when that's not what we ask of you. We just ask you to be honest. We ask you to be passionate and hopefully contribute something new. Interact with what other people are saying. Don't just post your thoughts and leave it. Interact with the perspective of others. Man, I'm getting on a tangent here, but it is important to talk about what we mean by quality, what we mean by empathy, and especially have fun. Pepe, you were the one that did the fun paragraph. Do you want to talk about fun?
I mean, there really isn't any other way to explain how to have fun. Everyone has their own idea of what is fun exactly. Some people have fun, watching YouTube poop videos, and some people have fun discussing key things in depth to the point of 10-paragraph essays. And we all have our own versions of fun that we want to support. But I think what's important is that we don't forget that this is a place where any kind of fun is supported as long as they don't trample on the first two values that we wanted.
Empathy and quality.
I think that's what many people in the internet have forgotten because everyone's doing it for fun. Everyone's doing it for the lulz because life is dull and the internet is their escape and so on. So the moment anyone's fun is impeded, that it's a pretty big turnoff for a lot of people. But one thing that I hope people never forget in Kazamatsuri is that if you do have fun, don't do it at the expense of others.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna have fun, you better do the best you can because that kind of fun makes everything all the more worth it.
But yeah, because it is still our raison d'etre, our reason for Kazamatsuri is that we want to have fun here. We're not doing this to be miserable, obviously, but you got to be mindful of how you have fun and how it affects others. You don't want to, some people might have fun, poking fun a minority, but just keep that off Kaza. When in Rome, we're going to have our ways of doing things, and we hope that people will acclimatize to that and not just treat it as any other website. And I hope that people will understand that there is a lot of really good stuff you can get out of this community, even if it's a little bit different to any other website. So Burns saying, I hard agree. Sorry, I misread that. I was like, I find it hard to agree, but no, I hard agree. Gotcha. But yeah, all right. So, sorry, you're saying Helios?
Yeah, I just just wanted to highlight a thing because this is I've been keeping all of this stuff at arm's length because I like all the management part of Kaza. That's not really my thing. But the part of the new, is it still called what's it called again?
We're actually renaming it to the community guidelines. I just did that a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, my favorite part of it is the whole it's towards the end when it talks about there are no hard rules.
Yes.
Like that, I feel like that's more an elegant solution to a difficult problem because it's kind of you don't when you have like set of rules, there are always going to be people who bend the boundaries and try to find loopholes. I might be guilty of this in the past.
We all are. Don't worry.
But like, I feel like it's better to just it's a good solution to just be like treating it on a case to case basis, and
we're judging people on the basis of their intent more so than what they're actually doing.
Yeah, like if you do a thing to like when you're bending the rules, it's often pretty obvious that you're just like, yeah, I'm seeing what you're doing here. You're using this loophole in the rules. But like when there are no rules, then you can look at their intent and just like, if your intent is to just be a bit of a dick and like intentionally try to bend the boundaries, then yeah, you're being an asshole and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like rule systems don't work for that kind of situation. It's I really feel passionately about this, because if you are doing a hard rule system, you could make robots do it, but
yeah,
we're not robots. You know, we have a job there to assess the situation and decide the best course of action. And like, obviously, this requires a lot of faith in the moderation team, and we do understand that. And hopefully what we're doing is, you know, by being more transparent about this kind of thing, we're hopefully putting us on the right track to earn that trust. But yeah, like, it's all about judging people.
We won't fight.
Sorry.
Pepe, go first.
Well, I was gonna say, putting it into the eyes of actually managing people. If you go into the real world and you see how governments are run, you see how organizations are run, while they all have hard rules, none of them are ever enforced immediately. Everything is put under deliberation. People are put through court, or things are discussed to get intent. And there's a difference. There's a difference between, for example, murder and homicide, which is basically you intended to kill someone, you accidentally killed someone. And those kinds of things are things that you have to think of when dealing with people. You can't just put hard rules.
Murder and manslaughter, Pepe.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, okay. Murder and manslaughter, my bad. Anyway, I'm not a lawyer. Anyway, my point is, because we are a community and we are dealing with real people behind all of these avatars we see here. Lovely avatars, everyone, by the way. Yeah, these are things we have to take note of.
Yeah, and you know, it's just judging people by their intent. Is someone actively trying to disrupt the community, or are they just like, did they make a mistake? And it goes the other way. Like, if you like really hurt someone, your response after that is what we're going to judge you on. Not the infringement itself. It's, are you, you know, empathetic of the person you hurt? Are you willing to make amends? Are you trying to resolve the situation? Or are you going to treat them as like, you know, oh, I didn't do anything wrong? You know, if you're going to take that route, chances are we're going to be hard on you. It's just a little warning. That's just something to be aware of. Be mindful of that. You know, if you do ever bump against someone, even if you feel like you didn't do the wrong thing, it's really important to try and put yourself in the shoes of the other person and see how they might see what you did as, you know, something harmful, that something they may have hurt them. Language use comes into this a lot, and we need to be careful of this. Like, the word triggered in particular was brought up a lot on Kazamatsuri as a word that hurts a lot of people when it's used, because it's like trivializing people who do suffer from, you know, post-traumatic stress and other similar disorders. There's lots of stuff. Trap was another one that came up because it invokes really negative connotations towards transsexual people. Transgender, sorry. Ugh, terminology. But you know, I say the wrong things sometimes, and I need to be aware of that and try to, you know, accommodate the people that I'm speaking to, because this is a public area. We need to be aware that anybody could come in and see this stuff. And even if we say something and we didn't intend it as harmful, that doesn't mean it wasn't harmful. you know? So it's just important things to be aware of. I guess this is all kind of like a extended extended edition of the Code of Conduct, trying to get into more of the nitty gritties. So this should be valuable to some people listening in. Anything else before we move on?
Yeah, just like this is like a pretty big shift, and it's like I think it's a learning. It will be like a learning experience.
It will be.
So like
everyone, us mods as well.
Like, yeah, you especially like users, like be lenient, like with be lenient with how the mods like deal with things in the beginning, and like try to give constructive criticism.
Yeah,
at first.
Absolutely. I mean, there was an incident earlier this week where I'm just like, maybe we handled that a bit rough. I think it was Hardscope like deleted a post someone made. I'm just like, we probably should have talked about that before deleting it. And we probably should have made a nicer comment. But yeah, like, it's just hold us accountable by all means. We want to work together to make these goals a reality, and we're not gods. We will make mistakes. So hold us accountable, but hopefully don't be a dick about it either. You know, we're trying to help each other. This is a mutual cooperation thing. So it's just more communication is really what we're trying to go for here.
Like we do say in the guidelines, nobody knows what's best for the community,
Mm-hmm.
and we might even be wrong in some of the things that we are doing for the community. So if you think we're wrong and we think we're right, then really the only course of action is to discuss this.
Yep.
To discuss this out in the open, so everyone can chime in and have a voice in what is really the best for the community.
But we do need to keep in mind that we don't want to try and start wars either. You know, it needs to come from a place of cooperation. It's really important. You know, we're trying to help each other.
Everyone needs to be willing to cooperate when they come into the discussion.
Yeah. And if they aren't, that's when, things get hairy and we might need to take action. Hopefully, we really want to avoid taking action where possible. We really want it to make it so like everyone's on the same page, but there will be people that don't agree with us and don't want to cooperate, and that's when we might need to take more corrective action. But I'm getting too far into the negatives now. Bring it back to the positives.
Yay.
All right. Anything else before we move on? I guess shout outs to all the people that did help me through this year. It's been like a really long year, and I know a lot of people have been helping me out with this. I already thanked Helios. Pepe especially was really helpful at times, helping me get through it all. And thanks to Mitzner as well. She helped me quite a bit in the early days. And to Cannon for always sending me memes no matter what was going on. I appreciate Cannon's consistency. And
I'd like to thank everyone else who helped drafting up the community guidelines.
Yeah. Are we gonna name drop them? I don't know if they want to be named.
Are we not?
I don't know.
Okay, that.
Well, yeah, thanks to everyone who did help out with the Code of Conduct. You know who you are, and you can make yourself public if you choose to do so. And who else? Thank you to Bernkastel for just being a buddy and really helping me out the last few weeks. It's been very helpful. Give me a lot of strength to get through this, so I appreciate that. And shout outs to Days of Summer for just having a good chat with me recently.
He's been a member for many years now, and while he hasn't been active in the community as a whole, he has been discussing with a lot of people in the community, actually, not just you and me.
Yeah, I kind of had a chat with him recently because he opened up his website, or starting to open up his website, Vox Artes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Voates? I don't know. But anyway, shout out to that website. And we were just having a chat about stuff, and I realized, hey, this is a guy that, really gets my values and shit, my ideals. So I brought him on as a mod. So welcome to the mod team, Days. I don't think he's in call right now, but he'll see this video eventually. And yeah, there's lots of people I could mention, but just everyone who has been supporting of Kazamatsuri, people who have been patient during this period and haven't given up on us, really, I thank you for that. And I really hope that what we have to show today is going to be some sort of reward for your patience. So why don't we get into that then? What have we got to show off today? Let's see. First off, the Little Busters Book Club is back in action. Starting from today, we are going forward with the Rintu and Refrain Roots discussion. On top of that, I also have the Could podcast ready to view right now. That's been ready for quite a while, but I'm finally publishing it today. It's a good one. Lots of history lessons from Naoki. I quite enjoy that podcast a lot, and I hope it turns people's perspectives around about this route, because Could route is underappreciated, in my opinion. But yep, so from now until the 15th of December, we'll be discussing Rintu and Refrain. That's the first announcement I had to make today, and I hope you guys will join us in really pushing forward the quality of discussion. You know, I want to make it better than it's been before. You know, we need to be critical of ourselves. We got this, I think Helas is working on a topic at the moment where you can send in a post and have people review it for you. I think that's a great idea, and it should, like, you know, we can help each other write better. You know, it's something I really want to work towards.
Collaborative posting.
Yeah. So that's our first announcement. I guess the second announcement is that the Monthly Terra is back, which I already explained. This is what you're here for. And that will be going up in... I'm basically going to do a whole series of blog posts explaining all of this new stuff. And you'll be able to see that very soon. The next one is something that's very near and dear to my heart. The Key Enthusiast Yearbook is returning as Key 20th International Fan Book, the new moniker. And I have a little picture here. Basically, it's still the same project. It's the same project you've known all this time. We are opening it to text submissions for the first time, which is something we weren't doing before. And basically, I just want to explain, like, this has been in progress for 2 years now, and it's kind of been a bit silent. I know a lot of people were worried that the project was dead. And I'm here to reassure you that it's not been dead. We have been working on it. Me and Kiketsuki Miyu, who's unfortunately not here at the moment, we've been working on it a lot. Mostly her, to be honest. Like, I'm just the supervisor. And we actually, to prove how much we've been working on it, we have a full demo of the Air chapter ready for you to look at right now.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. That should be something exciting for... It's definitely exciting to me. I hope it's exciting to you guys too. Put so much work into it over the last year, and I think it looks really good now. This features a bunch of memories, as we're calling them, the text segments by a bunch of different posters. And we also have a bunch of different fan art and cosplay photography. We have links to, like, music covers, and also the Airbook Club podcast and the farewell song chorus. There's lots of stuff in there through, like, QR codes. And the front cover was actually designed by Dizzy World, who has been, you know, a prominent illustrator in the Key fandom for many years. And I thought she would be a great person to get on board to do the front cover. I personally commissioned it myself with the specifications of which character's doing what. And that is Hinata, not Tomoya, just in case anyone mistakes him. I needed some Heaven's Door. I needed some Heaven's Door representation there, so I gave him the pinwheel there. Yeah, I know. I hope you guys really appreciate what we've got here, and it gets people more excited to start contributing to that again. I guess, do we need to explain what it is? Because it's been a while. Maybe just very briefly.
Sure, I think a short intro is...
Pepper, you do it. I'm actually running out of breath. Holy crap.
Okay, so for those who weren't here back when we announced this project, the Key 20th is basically... it's an international fan book, as it says. If anyone remembers, many years ago, before Kazamatsuri started, before Key got their stuff on Steam, a bunch of guys decided to organize, like, a Key fan book on the internet where people would give submissions of their art and their comments about Key, and they wanted to give it to Key as part of their, was it 15th anniversary? I think?
It started off as Key 10th, and that didn't work.
Oh, Key 10th.
Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. So then they did Key 15th as a revival, and then that didn't work.
Right.
And then it became the key, and now it's come all around to key 20th. So it's a very, very long history behind this project. In particular, Cloud 668, is that the numbers? Yeah, Cloud 668 was the main head of this project, and he's been trying to get it happening for years, and he was the one that reached out to us and entrusted us with the project. Interestingly, he actually kind of sort of works for Key now, so he's living the dream already.
Indirectly works for Key, sure.
Yeah,
But yeah.
he's pretty much right up there now.
So basically, our goal with this fan book is just to collect all sorts of things from Key fans all across the world and make a book where everyone can see it, and more importantly, the Key will be able to see it. So yeah,
we are keeping the original spirit of the book alive. We're collecting a select few letters to Key. That's something.
Right.
We haven't received any of those yet, but I really want to keep that alive because that was the original purpose of the project in the first place. We won't do like hundreds of them. We'll do like 10. So if you want to write a letter to Visual Arts Key, you can do that, and we will pick the best ones. That's how we're going to do that. Anyway, just sort of mention that. But yeah, it's a thing, and you can submit fan art, you can submit music, you can submit cosplay photography, and we have a bounty system as well. So you'll see all the details about that on the article, but we're offering, like, if you are able to submit art meeting our requirements that, goes for a character we need, then you receive a Dungo ticket. The Dungo ticket is roughly funny money at $20 USD, and you can exchange that for prizes. Like, I have a whole box of Clanad Kickstarter boxes downstairs that I need to get rid of. If you can
have those.
Yeah. If you can get 3 Dungo tickets, you get a Clanad Kickstarter box. They're really rare and valuable now. We also have like Clanad.
Also really good.
We have Clanad original soundtracks as well for 1 Dungo ticket each. Rewrite original soundtracks, the anime soundtracks, which are like pretty much all the rewrite music ever. That's 1 Dungo ticket. You can get like a bunch of Steam games for Dungo tickets as well. Like, lots of things you can exchange it for. And even if you can't do art, we also have a referral system. So if you know someone who does, you can refer them to the project and you can earn a Dungo ticket for doing that. So there's lots of different opportunities to get submissions in for this book. And I'm really excited about it.
We should bump the rules on how to get the Dango tickets.
I will. I'm putting it all in the article, so you can look forward to that.
Okay, good.
The next announcement is that, well, I was hoping it would be ready by now. I just got a message in a certain chat. I won't open that. But
Damn it.
Anyway, I was hoping this would be ready by now. It's not going to be ready until like a few hours, so please hold on for that.
Let's see.
The Winter Festival is almost open for sign-ups. And the Winter Festival is what we were initially calling the Wind Festival. It's getting a name change because it's a seasonal thing now. And basically, this is a really big event that's designed to kind of unify the community over a bunch of fun activities. If you were part of Rekenjima in like the last few months, you may remember the Festival of Mayhem. This is kind of the spiritual successor to that. Hey, I see Carafine in the chat here. The one
That's
who
a name I haven't seen in a while.
originally did that for Rekenjima. So I'm totally ripping off your work, man. But yes, so the Winter Festival is basically that for Kazamatsuri. We're going to split people off into teams, and over a 2-week period, they're going to engage in activities which will earn light orbs for their team, and the team that comes up on top wins, and they might get some little goodies for that. But yeah, it's just kind of like a really good community bonding activity. It was a really successful Rekenjima, and I feel like it's going to be a big success for Kazamatsuri. I want everyone in voice here to sign up for that when it comes, because it's going to be something we're going to be dedicating a lot of resources to, and you're not going to want to miss out. It's going to be really fun. We have like crazy activities planned.
Naoki seems very competitive.
He does seem very competitive.
Prepare yourself, okay?
You know, there'll be activities where you need to draw, where you need to sing, where you need to like make a video, where you need to write things. There'll be activities. There's an activity where you need to go bird watching. I'd throw that in because why not? There's lots of different things you can look forward to in
Hey,
this.
spoilers.
I won't spoil all of them, but there's like, yeah, and there's also going to be live events too. A lot of these will just be like participation based. We're going to have a movie night. We're going to have viewings of the KSL Live and Key Orchestra concerts. You know, there's lots of stuff we're cramming into this festival. So, yeah, especially like even if you're new to Kazamatsuri and you're just kind of looking for a way to break the ice and get to know people, this is the best opportunity you're going to get. So, really, sign up, guys. You don't want to miss this. I can't stress that enough. And what's set for Kazamatsuri in the future? I'm just going to link this little image here. Our future plans. So to recap, from now on, we're starting the Little Busters Book Club until the 15th of December. On the 15th of December, we're running the Winter Festival begins, and that will be lasting until the end of the year, which will be wrapping it up with a New Year's party at the end of the Winter Festival. On the 1st of January, after the as soon as the Winter Festival is finished, we'll be beginning Little Busters Book Club again for Saya. And from there, we'll go on to Sasami and then Kanata. 2 weeks for each at the moment, subject to change if we need more time. You know, there's no rush for this. But I feel like giving 2 weeks for Ru is definitely going to be a bit more comfortable than 1 week for Ru, like it was last time. We got the time now. And then from there on, what happens next? In March, we're doing the Love Song Book Club again with Long Long Love Song and Hikikomori songs. So we have,
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, we have unfinished business there. Those albums have been waiting for us to tackle them, and I haven't forgotten.
I've been holding on from listening to these albums because I want to come in with a clean perspective.
Same mostly, to be honest. And I know like Hikikomori songs. Has it been translated yet?
Yes, Shirana did that.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Based.
Not too long.
Yeah, because I actually like I mentioned it on Twitter that, you know, we really wanna do this book club, but no one's translated them yet. And then Shiona Hita was like, "What, really? No one's done it? I guess I have to do it."
Based.
And then they did. So thank you once again. We are once more in your debt, Shiona Hito. Looking forward to that. And into the future, obviously I've got this huge list here of things we can do. Planetarian Book Club 2, featuring the ONA movie and dramas. That's something I really want to get into. It was the very first book club we did, so revisiting that series with a higher, you know, a better quality podcast, because honestly that first podcast is definitely very amateur. Going back and doing a better job of that.
With a Switch release.
Oh, Switch release. That's not a bad idea, Pepe. That's not a bad idea. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. And then I want to go back to tactics with the One Book Club and the Moon Book Club. Those are 2 games we haven't got to yet. And then when they eventually receive English translations, Rewrite Book Club, Angel Beats Book Club in some capacity. I still don't know how that's going to work out. We really don't know what's going on with that series, but it'll happen eventually.
Sooner or later.
Summer Pockets Book Club, when that eventually gets translated. And then I want to do non-key book clubs too. In particular, I really want to do an F book club. That's my personal dream. F, A Tale of Memories. Well, that's the anime's name. F, A Fairy Tale of the Two. It's a visual novel. I really want to do a book club of that. I freaking love that series so much, but I've never read the visual novel. I think that'd be an awesome opportunity to read it together with you guys, because it's really beautiful. And it'll make you cry.
Is it on Steam yet?
It is not on Steam because it has porns.
Well, that's not an issue right now. So it might be coming.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Like maybe they will release it on Steam. And also, there's prospect of maybe expanding Kazamatsuri into merchandise. Obviously, we're already doing this book, so that's already one step. But I want to do like t-shirts, posters. I don't know. Just like, I really want to get this idea of like using Kazamatsuri as a base to allow contributors to come in with their own illustrations, and then we can sell that for money and, you know, give money back to the person who made the art. You know, I feel like that would be a really cool business to get into. It's something that's very, very much, we don't know if it will happen yet. It's down the line, but it's something I am considering. Just because I think that'd be something really cool, you know, getting some fan-made key merch, because God knows there's not much of that. There's Dojin stuff, but where can you get a freaking Key t-shirt? You get it from Key. Like, there's very limited choices in what sort of products are available. So I don't know. Maybe that's something we could look into the future. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a competition for a t-shirt design. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the state of things at the moment, where we are now, where we've been, and where we're headed. And also for the Winter Festival, I forgot to mention, but like, this is very much a community-driven event. I've tried to remain as hands-off as possible, but I ended up having my hands on it anyway, so... But basically, I've been trying to make this like it's a community-run thing. So if we do it again in the future, you guys will be able to do it without my input. You know, I'll just be supervising. Hardscope has been leading that, but we've also had help from Nathaniel Levin, otherwise known as Nate, Echo, Tomoyo Okazaki, and Mogo Oscar. So just shout outs to you guys for running that show, especially Hardscope. He's been putting a lot of work into this festival, and I think it's going to pay off. It's looking really cool. And I just want to like mention here that we are always hiring. If you have any interest in joining the Kazamatsuri team, whether that's like as a moderator or chan up, as part of the blog team, as part of a developer. In particular, we really want someone who can develop Discord bots and stuff, because there's a lot of stuff we could do there that we're not doing at the moment. Like forum integration with the bot, that's something we really want to do, but we just haven't had someone to actually go through the effort of making it. Yeah, basically, Yumemi needs an upgrade. She needs to get back to actually verifying people who get on the Discord again, because she stopped doing that a long time ago. Oh, goodness. But yeah, like, if you ever want to join Kazamatsuri, our doors are open. Just send any of the admins a message and we'll be in touch. You know, chances are you'll get the job. It's not paid. It's all volunteer work, but I will occasionally reimburse people with pizza.
Pizza delivered straight to your doorstep.
That said, I am offering paid work for anyone who wants to fix up the series info pages, because... I don't want to do
That
it.
is all that needs to be done.
Helios
That's
is... Helios has been
that's
setting the
pro-
groundwork for that.
Yeah, it's a project that's been swept under the rug for quite a while. Like, probably like a year and a half, maybe more.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is the part where we kind of do like just a general radio show kind of thing. So this is where I ask you to bring your mics. If anybody wants to have a chat, you can ping us and you can join the call.
We need like, what? Do we have them send an emoji if they want? Let's be specific.
Ping Aspie.
Ping Aspie, okay.
Yeah.
Don't they need to be your friend?
Kaname Suzuki, you have a really bad mic, so I'm hesitant to let you on. I heard you a few minutes ago.
Do you have a limit for how many people at the same time?
I prefer
Like 2 or
one.
3, maybe.
It's gonna be one by one, like
Yeah.
like a classic radio show. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna be our callers, and you're gonna call in, I guess.
Yeah. In future monthly terrors, we'll do it probably throughout the whole episode. But we had a lot of stuff to talk about today, so I guess I've left it for the end. I really need to stress here that if ever a point Kazamatsuri ends up being more of a chore than it is rewarding, I will stop doing it. I need to make that clear. I'm not doing this for, like, I ain't doing this for someone else. I'm doing it for me. And that may be selfish.
Essentially, that's
People might see that as selfish, but freak, like, who would want to run a site if you don't enjoy it? So, like, I really hope I can continue enjoying it with you guys for a long time to come, because I am enjoying this. I'm really glad to be back. But just gotta keep that in mind. We're doing it for fun. We're not doing it for the ad revenue, which we don't get, or for the donations. You're on the air, Zucker?
Good afternoon, or whatever it is.
Hey, you have a good mic. I like it.
I do have a good mic, yes. It's been a long time since I've actually been on Kazamatsuri. I used to post a lot when we did the Clanad book club.
It feels like yesterday, but that really was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago, and I really wanted to contribute more to Little Busters one, because that is like one of my favorite series ever.
Yeah, well, you got a second chance now, man.
Yeah, I've been so bogged down with work and like at the time like university and stuff, I never really got the chance to. I was going to read the whole thing again as well, but as well, I didn't have the time, and so I sort of just dissipated and then didn't come back to Kazamatsuri until now.
Until just now.
It's good to see you back. That's all I can say.
You got the at everyone?
You got to add every single person in the Discord. There's loads of people now. When I first joined, there was only like maybe about 50 or so. Now it's insane. Can't believe it's grown so much.
It's grown.
I lost count as to how many people there are on here.
It's grown, but people come and go. I think a lot of people that were active in earlier book clubs don't post anymore, and that's it's a change. Everything's changing, but it's really
definitely
it's really cool to see people like you who do come back after a while. Gets me all nostalgic.
It's like I feel like a lot of the stuff that I used to like a few years ago just doesn't really apply to me as much anymore. I feel like I've kind of grown out of Key, but I still find myself going back to it just to sort of reminisce and like reminisce on what I've learned from it all.
I hope you don't fully grow out of Key.
I think I will. I think it's had too much of an impact on me to really leave it completely.
I mean, that is a common story. There are lots of people who just like, they'll come to me and they'll say, Key just doesn't resonate with me as much as it used to, and I guess that's natural. I think a lot of people come to these stories because they do feel that deep and personal resonance with these stories, with these characters, and like that can change as you get older, because a lot of these stories are very youth focused. Sorry, I'm being presumptive. How old are you, Zakim?
I am 23, and
Okay.
the reason why I initially got into Key was because it really helps me like find what it was that I wanted to do with my life when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Leaving college.
Yeah,
And that was where it had the most impact on me.
I think like Clanad and Little Busters are like very big on that. That sort of coming of age story.
They're very inspiring stories, and I think the age at which I was at when I first experienced them had the most impact it possibly could have had, and it came at the right time and at the right place.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, like, I'm not as crazy about Key as I might have been a few years ago. I'm still crazy enough about it to run a freaking website dedicated to it. But if you ask me what I want to talk about right now, it's like Index Season 3, guys. Hi, everybody. It's Aqua at the back. It's happening.
All right. Okay, Aspie lost control. I think Key is definitely one of those things that people of any age can appreciate it. I mean, I've heard people who have introduced Key to their mothers, and their mothers enjoyed it.
We got some pretty old members here.
That too.
Not naming names.
Well, but yeah. Anyway, it's that sort of company that makes stories that, despite having characters that are very young, the themes resonate across all ages, I would say.
I'd like to
Some
hope so.
themes are more geared towards the younger generation. Some themes are more geared towards adults.
And then you got Comma as root.
There's something
True.
to gain from all of it, even if it might just be a small chunk of it or one particular scenario or route. I think there's different things you can take away from each thing, and some you'll resonate with, others it won't really apply to you, but you kind of have to appreciate what it has to offer.
I'm glad you're back. Do you have interest in like posting game for Little Busters? Not to like lock you into a sense of obligation.
I want to. It's just the time is like a bit tight at the moment, but I will try to, because I have it downloaded on Steam. It's just a matter of reading it again.
Excellent. Well, if we do see you, it'll be great to hear what you think again, especially after all these years. Because, like, I know Little Busters coming with the Steam release. It's like for many of us, it's our second time coming back to it after many years. For some of us, it's our first. But I know a lot of these members are just like, you know, revisiting the story after all these years and comparing it to how their perspectives have changed. Especially the answer to the final question: is it enough? Like that. I feel like a lot of people's opinions have changed of that over the years. And so it's very interesting to compare.
I know it has for me, definitely.
Yeah, I know when Kazamatsuri first started, the consensus kind of shifted toward in like as it went on. And then it's kind of changed again with a new wave of members. So it's all back and forth.
Yeah. At the time, I was actually following the Book Club podcast, and I was listening to all of them, and I was gutted when you guys stopped. I was like, "What? They're not going to finish it."
Oh, no.
I apologize. I'm sorry. But fortunately,
Or you can listen to the Good podcast now.
Yep, you can listen to the Good podcast, and it's a good one. I'm quite happy about that one. I'm happy about all the podcasts, really. They've all been really good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed listening to all of them. It's kind of become one of those things like nowadays where I don't really watch YouTube videos as much. I look for stuff that I can have where I can plug in my headphones and just listen to.
Same.
Also same.
That's the adult entertainment, I suppose.
Trying to multitask and do two things at once. So you just have sound in your ears and then doing something hands on.
Yeah. Oh, anything else you wanted to add, Zach?
Not particularly. I'm just looking forward to stuff that's coming up.
Sweet.
It was nice to tune into this. It's good.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you, Zach. Thanks for that.
For coming.
So, anyone else want to drop in? I know it's all kind of like free-form discussion at the moment. We don't really have much of a script going, but it's fun. You know, just getting people's thoughts and everything at this sort of transitory period is valuable, I think. Naoki. I don't need to unmute you. You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Good. Is that all?
Wonderful intro.
Well,
it would have been funny if you just screamed that at the top of your lungs and then suddenly disconnected. That would be...
Well, let's say that was 80%, because right now I'm just happy.
Right.
Me too. I'm happy too. Group hug, everyone. I can't do it. I can't represent a hug with audio, but
You can use emojis, SP. It's 2018.
Oh.
Emojis are the future.
Basically 2019 already.
Anyway.
Anything like
I'm happy that you're happy, and I'm happy that this is all happening finally.
Yeah.
Being happy makes me happy. Happiness spiral.
Yeah,
I don't know the full
this
quote
is the
very
happiness
well.
spiral right now.
See how I say no spider? But yeah, you know, thanks everyone for joining us. This has been the very first monthly Terra in like years, and hopefully not the last. Hopefully we'll have many more events like this. I kind of like this format. It's like very comfy. It's it's not really like a structured podcast like we're used to with the book clubs. Obviously, I still want to keep those as they are, but this is like an alternative kind of thing, just for when we just want to have a roundtable discussion about any old topic. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can continue doing this kind of radio show thing where people can join in. You know? Maybe people will be more prepared next time.
Yeah. What were you saying, Helios?
Yeah, just agreeing the phoning in thing is, or the like viewer or audience calling in kind of thing is very cool.
Yeah. Not the Aspie picks.
No.
The Aspie picks are coming out.
No.
All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Thank you everyone for joining me, and yeah, very soon we'll have articles ready explaining all this information, and we'll also have the Winter Festival sign-ups will be opening very shortly. So I really hope everyone gets on board with that. In the meantime, Little Busters discussion is happening now. I'm going to pin that topic. We're going to get right into it. Hopefully 4 weeks is enough time for people to like reread that section But even if you haven't reread it, like if it's fresh in your memory and you feel confident posting about it, by all means, go ahead. Like, absolutely. Well, I guess that's it then. We'll see you in the next Terra. Catch you later, guys.
Bye bye.